All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Naked Truth. Trisha Hershberger here, and I'm joined by...
Nate Parker Aylworth.
And we're getting married tomorrow.
Yes.
Crazy. By the time this posts, it'll be Wednesday when this posts, and we're getting married on Thursday, so we will be getting married tomorrow. And for us right now, we're filming this on Monday night, and we are leaving for our wedding tomorrow morning, so it sure feels like we're getting married tomorrow.
Indeed. Packing the car with all the stuff that we need to take, and all the clothes we need to take, and...
It's crazy.
Yeah. Lots of checklists and planning, and God, if either of our cars get in an accident where they burn to the ground.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Please.
It would be bad. It would be...
You just made me so nervous. I hope you know that.
There's no such thing as wedding preparation planning for that.
Yeah, no planning you can do for that. Okay, to not think about that anymore, I'm going to thank our Naked Truth vloggers from last week. That's Kavaja, El Pollo, Hiram, Richard, Christopher, Julia, Prescott, and Kristen, and James. They all did their own Naked Truths on PTSD after our last week vlog with our collaboration with Operation Supply Drop, which is a great cause. And if you guys didn't get a chance to check out that vlog, please do. I'll put a card or something up here to that. And now this week, since this series is kind of like a video diary for me, and I'm getting married this week, and that's probably the biggest thing I've ever done in my life, I thought that was appropriate to talk about it. And I wanted to have Nate on here for the man perspective.
Oh.
Yeah.
The man perspective.
You're the dude perspective.
All right, just...
Oh, God, honey.
Sorry.
That was so
aggressive.
loud.
That was more aggressive.
Was that supposed to be your wiener?
Well, never mind. Moving on.
Like laying it out on the table?
Yeah,
your poor wiener, that would hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on again. We're the most awkward people ever, I feel like.
We're pretty awkward.
Okay, so we wanted to talk about why it's super weird to be getting married tomorrow. And so I had a couple of questions that I wanted to ask you and that I was thinking about. And so question number 1, what are you most freaked out about?
Well, wedding vows. We wrote our own wedding vows. I went to a fun spot. We've been on a date a couple times that we really like, and by myself. It's kind of romantic, kind of feeling the moment, inspiration.
He actually took a picture of his glass of wine and the sheet of paper that just said vows at the top and texted it to me when he was doing it, which was the cutest thing ever.
But, it was one of those things where I was kind of in the zone writing, and I'm like, oh yeah, this sounds great. And then, I think we can all attest to those moments where we think it sounds really great, and then later we reread them and we're like, that was not as great as I remember that being. And it's not because I was drunk. I know what you're thinking. No. So it doesn't sound bad. It just, I hope it has the same kind of, rings the same chord as it did when I wrote them. You know what I mean?
It's going to be great, baby.
And nobody else has heard them, so...
No?
No, I haven't read them to anybody else. It's very personal.
It is very personal. So, I'm excited. It's very personal, and you're going to say it in front of 100 people.
Very personal, and I'm going to say it in front of lots of people.
Yes.
Because that's what you do.
Because that's how it works. I am most freaked out about just being married. It's so weird. My entire life I've thought of being married as something that is very adult and very far off. And something that's not for me, especially, not that I never wanted to be married, because I always wanted to be married. I wanted to have a family. But events in my life had worked out in such a way that I was like, nah, I'm just single, and that's cool. I get it. That's who I am, and that's all right. And obviously, when I met Nate, that all changed. But yeah, just being able to, oh, God, this Thursday, I'm going to be able to say, that's my husband. That is weird. Or I'm a wife. That is weird. That's got me freaked out. But not in a way that's a bad thing. It's just super hard for me to wrap my mind around.
Yeah, it's interesting to try and think what that concept really means. I don't know.
Even on tax paperwork, you're gonna have to check married. That's so weird.
Well, actually, you could do that anyway on all your forms. You just can't file married.
Oh.
Yeah, for your withholdings.
Doesn't it withhold different if you're married?
Yeah, that's why you can check that way.
Oh.
Sorry.
Accountant.
Tax jargon.
Yeah, but that's what I'm most freaked out about. Okay, what are you most excited for?
I'm really excited to see you in your dress and your hair and your makeup. We did a thing where, sometimes you'll take pictures. They're called first looks, before the ceremony, where you first see your future wife or future husband. And we elected, at least I adamantly fought to not do that.
Yeah, you didn't want to do that.
And won, because I just wanted it to be that perfect moment of her, like, chapel doors open and I'm down at the end and bam! First time, yeah. So, I have no idea what the dress is going to be like, or how it's cut, or
nope.
if it's got a veil, or a train, or flowers,
he knows nothing.
Or she could come down bald for all I know. That
it's
could
true.
be the plan. I have
totally
no idea. So,
would you still be excited to marry me if I came down the aisle bald?
Yeah.
I love that.
Actually, you know what's funny? I used to have a standing rule that I was like, do you think a chick's, if you really want to know if that chick is hot, and this, you're drunk and you're trying to figure this out.
Oh,
I was
God.
like, try and picture them with a shaved head.
How did I fare on that test?
Oh, you totally passed.
Bald head me?
Yeah.
It's good?
Yeah, bald head, no question.
Yes.
I'd still go for your number.
Yes.
Yeah.
I win. Yay! I'm excited for that moment too. I can't wait to see you in your tux.
Yeah.
And you got a custom tux me.
I want to look like James Bond.
Yeah, I know that it's modeled after James Bond, and that's going to be really sexy. But what am I most excited about? I'm the most excited about the same thing that I'm the most freaked out about. I'm excited to enter into this new phase of life that probably won't be different, but will feel different at the same time. Just because I have no idea what that is, and yay, next chapter of life and all that entails. That's really cool, and yeah, I'm super looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to the fact that we're going to be, we're official then, in front of all our friends and family and everything. It's not just this is my boyfriend. It's this is my husband.
You mean you're not excited for the room that the hotel gave us?
Oh, our room at the hotel, our honeymoon suite
It's big
room.
pimpin'.
Is pretty big pimpin'.
It was like when we walked in, I was like, we should be the servants here.
Yeah, we should be the help here. Yeah, and it was one of those things that's oh, because you're having your wedding here, this is a complimentary upgrade, because we could never afford it.
No.
But it's really nice. So for one night in our lives, we're going to get to feel really special.
One night only.
Nice. Get it. Now YouTube's going to copyright me and I'm going to get all in trouble.
Well, sorry.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. All right. So, let's see. Do you think anything's going to be different after we're married?
The only thing I can think that could possibly be different is you let down your guard a little bit. So, maybe the occasional burp or fart might come out.
Yeah, we've been pretty good about trying to keep the magic alive and
Who
not
knows,
do
years
that.
down the road, possibly peeing in front of each other. It's a possible option.
I don't want to pee in front of you ever.
Well, if we have kids, you might indirectly have all kinds of things.
Well,
happen
I'm
in front
sure.
of you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, I mean, I'm just saying.
The joys of real life, guys. So what you're saying is real life is going to be shown in front of each other.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
I put it as poop and fart jokes. You made this beautiful metaphor.
No.
Yes.
No. I like the way you said it too, baby. We're a good team.
Yeah.
We're a good team.
Good
yeah.
team.
What do I think will change? I feel I don't know. I feel somehow, whether it's subconsciously or consciously, I feel there will be more permanence to the relationship. Not that in our dating we ever felt oh, this could end any day now. But I don't know. I feel there's an extra weight anytime there's conflict or anything that's extra oomph to get through this. Not that we didn't have oomph to get through before. I don't know. I just feel maybe that'll feel different. But I have no idea. I've never been married. And then, okay, the last question is...
You've never been married?
I've never been married. Do we have advice to anyone else out there who may be imminently saying vows of this nature?
Elope. Elope.
Wedding planning is a pain in the arse.
Yeah. It's not it's not going to be fun and awesome, but it was a lot of stress. It's a lot of money, and it's a lot of time. One of the things that's really kind of been a bummer is that we can't, we have a lot of we're lucky enough to have a lot of friends and a lot of family, and we simply can't afford to have all of them come to our wedding.
That sucks.
And so there's like a lot of situations where we'd be out with like our friends, you know, and like one person who's definitely invited would start talking about it because they're excited and they know you're excited. And then there's somebody in the room who would have been somebody who would have invited if we literally could have. And you just feel awful.
Yeah.
It's like you just immediately want to go to that person and be like, I'm a terrible person. I so want you to be there. But you're like, sorry, it's either you or my mom. So it's going to be my mom. You know?
We prioritized, we invited a lot of family first. And then, you know, the space that we had left over was left over for friends. And that meant that a lot of our friends that are close friends that we wanted to invite, we didn't necessarily have room for because our venue's on the smaller side. So that was really hard.
Yeah, so you just have that and you just kind of hope that they don't hate you. Which is a terrible thing to say.
We're
about
having
your
a party
wedding.
after we get back to like have everybody to celebrate with, even if we couldn't invite them to the actual wedding. But yeah, that's a really hard thing. I would say that was the hardest part of the wedding planning process.
Definitely
sure.
the hardest part. Picking the venue was hard too, but nothing compared to that. And yeah, if you elope, then you know, you don't have to worry about that. So you just go. Just go.
That's so funny. I don't know that I would say my advice is to elope. My advice would be advice that my mom always gave me. And she said, you know, someday when you are ready to make that decision, just make sure it's the right one. Don't say yes just because you feel like you should, or, you know, say yes because...
That's hilarious.
What?
Well, because I'm proposing to you on camera and like in a video, and she's there like basically rah cheering from the other side. So what if you had not felt that? I mean, she'd be in an awkward position then based off.
If I was advice. Like, no, I don't think so.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's not very fair.
It's not very fair.
It's not very
but
fair.
No, so why I'm saying that is, I mean, obviously for Nate, I feel very sure in this. I don't have any cold feet as to like, maybe I picked the wrong person. Like, he's my player too. There's no question about it. But yeah, make sure that you feel that way, because I'm sure it probably is terrifying if you think you're potentially binding yourself to the wrong person for the rest of your life. That would be terrifying.
I think we've all seen at least one or two examples of that in life.
Oh, so yeah, give it a long, hard thought, would ya? So
it is supposed to be till death do you part. So...
It is, and in some religions, it's beyond that.
Yes, till never do you part.
Till never do you part.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah. Better get the right one. I mean, just saying.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, my question for you guys is, tell us about a big moment in your life, and if you were nervous or excited beforehand, and how you dealt with that. Let us know that in the comment section below, or in a Naked Truth vlog of your very own.
What do you think we're going to get?
I don't know. I'm excited. What do you think we're going to get?
I don't know. Questions. Big moments in life. I don't know.
Big moments in life.
I'm trying to think what the winners would be. High scores, maybe?
Coming out?
High score on Pac-Man?
High score on Pac-Man. I'm like, coming out to your family? That'd be
that's
really nervous. And you say high score on Pac-Man. You nerd.
Coming out would be pretty huge.
You're nerd.
Yeah.
Or if you were like valedictorian at your graduation and like had to
solid.
give a speech in front. I don't know. There's any variety of them. Or I'm sure there are Naked Army members out there who are married that might want to talk about their marriage. All of these are fair game. Tell us about something you're nervous or you were nervous or excited about, and how you dealt with it. And yeah, I can't wait to see the responses. And when I watch the responses, I'll be married. I love you, baby.
I love you too.
All right.
Okay.
Bye, guys.